The SoundPeats H2 is the successor of the SoundPeats H1, which is a very impressive set of dual driver earbuds. Coming in at $80, the H2 have some noticeable differences compared to the H1, but sound quality is still the main focal point. So let's go ahead and check these out, starting off with the charging case. So as you can see, we have a very high gloss finish with some branding featured on the lid, and you have 3 LED indicators in the front of the case to help you gauge your battery life. And then on the back is where you have your USB Type-C charging port. Overall, the build quality feels solid. You do have some fairly strong magnets keeping the earbuds in place. Moving over to the actual earbuds, this time around they went with a long stem design. They have a metallic silver and kind of rose gold color scheme, which is very similar to that of the SoundPeats Sonic. As you can see, they have the SoundPeats logo featured on the side, and these do have touch sensitive controls. So the earbuds are running Bluetooth 5.2, and in terms of audio codecs, they support SBC, aptX, as well as aptX Adaptive, which is one of the more advanced audio codecs. These also feature a gaming mode, which helps cut down on any audio lag that you might experience while gaming or watching videos. And then in terms of battery life, you're looking at roughly 5 hours on a single charge, and that extends to a total of 20 hours with the case, which is actually a step backwards compared to the SoundPeats H1. These come with an IPX4 rating, which makes them sweat and splash proof, so if they happen to get wet while you're in the gym, they're gonna hold up just fine. Just make sure you don't completely submerge them in water. Now let's go ahead and talk about the fit. So the fit on these is excellent. The long stem design and the overall shape of the earbud keeps them in place very well. Comparing the fit to the H1, it's definitely better this time around, especially if you have small ears. When it comes to your touch controls, these are giving you control over everything. So you get your playback controls, your voice assistant, as well as your gaming mode. Now there is a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to using the touch controls because locating the touch panel is a little bit challenging. And because of that, I found the controls to be a little bit inconsistent. There were plenty of times where I was trying to play or pause my music and I ended up adjusting the volume instead. Now let's go ahead and talk about the sound quality. So just like the H1, these are giving you a dual driver setup, which is designed to give you a very balanced sound. Comparing these directly to the H1, I would say that the H1 has a bigger sound. So the bass definitely hits deeper and the treble is a lot more pronounced. But with that, at higher volumes, the treble on the H1 can get to be a little bit sharp depending on what you're listening to. So this is where the H2 has made some improvements. The H2 is more precise than the H1. It has better balance and is more controlled overall, especially in terms of the mids and highs. So at those higher volumes, the clarity doesn't get nearly as sharp as it does with the H1. You're still getting some impressive bass response. It doesn't quite get as deep as the H1, but the bass is certainly not lacking. Another key difference that you're going to notice is with the max volume. The SoundPeats H1 are honestly some of the loudest earbuds you can find. With the H2, they don't get quite as loud as the H1, but I don't think they really need to because I actually think the H1 can get a little bit too loud. So overall, I would say if you like a very dynamic V-shaped type of sound, the H1 would be the way to go. Or if you like a dynamic but more controlled type of sound, the H2 is going to be the better option. Now when it comes to phone calls, these do feature CVC noise canceling technology, which is designed to give you clear call quality. So let's go ahead and do a microphone test to give you an idea as to how the microphones sound. All right, so this is a microphone test of the SoundPeats H2. As you can see, we're outdoors today, so hopefully this will give you a pretty good idea as to how you would sound if you choose to use these for phone calls. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. So overall at this price, I do think these offer some really great sound quality, but I do think some of the specs like the battery life are a little bit low compared to others within this price range. At $80, these are in a very competitive space. There's a ton of different options out there, so at the end of the day, it really depends on what's important to you and what you're looking for. So that's going to be it for this video. If you're interested in grabbing a pair of these, be sure to check out the affiliate links in the description. Also, if you found this video to be helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel. And you can follow me on social media to stay up to date on all the reviews that I'll have coming up. And aside from that, as always, I'll see you guys next time.